Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is GunnyB. GunnyB is driving his Cromwell Berlin, the GunnyB, on Lakeville, and his Lakeville or Lakeview? Lakeville, and he's platooning with his old mate Money Shot. Now I often platoon with these two guys and they're always up for some good laughs. Plenty of action at any tier, up to tier 10. And a couple of hell of a nice guys, but I wouldn't tell them that if they were sitting next to me because I'd generally take the piss out of them. Gunny's in his Cromwell B, so's the Money Shot. They're on Lakeville and they're going to have a look down the Valley of Death. Now you're about to see why it's called the Valley of Death. Some people would say this is not a good idea. I think what Gunny's doing here is very good. I think it's important to get early eyes. That's a phrase he likes to say, early eyes on the enemy. He can see that VK, but he hasn't been spotted yet. But he will have now that he's starting to shoot. Gets a couple of shots into the Hetzer, and unfortunately the Valley of Death claims a victim. The victim is the Money Shot in his Cromwell B. Very unlucky for the Money Shot, getting one-shotted by artillery by the looks of it. But you can see Gunny's taken out. In revenge, he's taken the Hetzer out, and he's also spotted 3 or 4 of the enemy tanks. 4 if you count the one that he's already killed. Now, unfortunately for Gunny, he's become another victim to that artillery, and that artillery's taken half his health. Now, that could very well have taken all of his health, which is, I think, that's what happened to the Money Shot. I think he was pretty much one-shotted by that artillery. So Gunny's falling back. They've got enough presence in the valley now. There's plenty of tanks in the valley. Some would probably say there's a few too many tanks in the valley. So GunnyB is falling back and making sure his gun stays in the game and not continuing with that push where, you know, 1, 2 or 3 shots could easily kill him and take his 328 remaining hit points. It goes down back to the base of the mountain, which is on the 3 line, or the hill that's on the 3 line. And he's trying to get some cheeky shots into the town. The heavies on Gunny's side are doing the right thing. Most of them are. They're going into the city to have the traditional heavy tank brawl in the city. You see there's a T150, a KV2 and an OI in the city. The other OI has joined in the valley push, but unfortunately for Gunny's team, his team haven't waited for that OI to push with its strong armour, and some of their tanks have pushed right into the enemy. And I think they're going to feel some pain from the enemy very soon. Gunny can see the other Cromwell B on the other side, as well as a Skoda and Excelsior. Puts a couple of shots in that aren't fully aimed, but you never know. Sometimes they're going to go in, and you're probably better off shooting than not shooting. And Gunny's just relying on his rate of fire to put some damage into these tanks. He's just looking for a few cheeky shots while he works out where all the enemy tanks are. You can see his team's starting to fall apart. They're down 2 to 6. So Gunny wants to make sure that he's still in the game so he can have the opportunity to carry some of these tanks. Now that shot looked like it missed. It might be a bug in the replay, but he knew he could get a shot into the side of that OI, so he took it. And now he's cleaning up the Excelsior. Picks up his 2nd kill for the game, but you can see the city is all but lost. Not only is the city all but lost, but there's a couple of medium tanks pushing the Lake Road, which are lighting up not only Gunny, but that Wolverine. The Wolverine kills one of those medium tanks, but the Cheeto's still there. The Cheeto's on full health, so Gunny needs to be really careful. He can't afford to get into a shot-for-shot kind of battle, if you like, with that Cheeto, because the Cheeto with his 749 hit points will outlast 328 hit points tier for tier any time. Now it's lucky for Gunny he's top tier in this game. I think if he wasn't top tier, he probably would have played differently, but also the result might have been a little bit different. His team are slowly clawing back. Looks like they've taken out some of those tanks from a distance. They're still down by 3 at 7 to 10. Puts a good shot into the Cheeto. He knows he's spotted. Puts another shot into the Cheeto. Cheeto shoots. And the superior reload time and rate of fire on the Cromwell B allows Gunny to pick up his 3rd kill and take that Cheeto out of the game. So hopefully he's out of artillery range. I don't know much about the French artillery, but the Rudy who was only spotted briefly in the town, has taken out the Wolverine. Now, the Rudy does have a pretty punchy gun. I've got one, but I haven't played that many games in it. But it's safe to say that the Rudy and the OI, as well as the Skoda T24 or Tier 5, are probably pushing past the town towards Gunny's flag. Now the OI is coming back from the Valley of Death to try and help. And Gunny's trying to out-vision his opponents here. He's got vision on that Skoda, but his sixth sense hasn't gone off. And Gunny will always tell you that vision is the key in situations like this. And he basically got a free shot into that Skoda because he wasn't lit, and the Skoda was. He just picked up the kill, and that's his 4th kill. You can hear artillery take a shot into the OI. When you're driving an OI, it doesn't matter what you do, artillery is going to be looking for you because you're the biggest target. And now Gunny's playing on these ridge lines and rocks to try and keep himself artillery safe and also get some cheeky shots. Now you can see the Hellcat, which has just spotted him, is really bullying that Marder, as is the VK, but the VK's out of the game. So Gunny wants to make sure the Marder and the Hummel are okay because the artillery's just been killed. They do have a tank on Gunny's flag, but it looks like they've just driven over the flag. Gunny needs to get rid of this Hellcat. This Hellcat is just going to clean up on the Marder as well as the Hummel. If he sticks where he is, I think he might be safe from that Rudy. Artillery shoots again, so he knows he's got a little bit of time. Puts a shot into the Hellcat, but not before the Hellcat can get rid of the Tier 4 Marder. And now Gunny's negotiating all these dead tanks. Unfortunately, one of them is his mates. But he takes the Hellcat out of the game. Now the Rudy is that close to the Hummel, it doesn't matter. He had no chance going back to try and help the Hummel. But what Gunny does know is their artillery. If their artillery is where artillery always seems to be on this map, he's going to be alone and vulnerable. So Gunny's already confirmed his top gun, and he hasn't done it from sitting back and sniping like a bitch. He's done it by playing aggressively, moving forward and taking shots. Gets the ram kill on the AMX-13 F3, the Tier 6 French artillery, a tank that I haven't played for some time. And Gunny's probably thinking now, the Rudy's pushing the valley. In the time it takes the Rudy to get up to the red flag, Gunny can go all the way through the city. No one's on the cap, so there's no pressure on Gunny yet. You can see by the damage counter, he's done over 2,000 damage. That's just damage that we've seen him do. There were blind shots in there. Some of them, you'll see in the post-game battle results, did connect. And the OI is too slow to move from Gunny's green flag. You can see the OI was last spotted here, the Rudy was last spotted here, so there's a good chance the Rudy's pushing up to here, thinking that Gunny was last spotted here and Gunny might try to cap. But this OI, he might be around here somewhere, but he's too slow to be all the way back here or all the way up here. So Gunny is about to do exactly what he did with the artillery. Isolate and kill. Now there's every chance that the Rudy has gone back towards the green flag, and that's why Gunny's stopping here, just to try and out-vision the OI. That the Cromwell B has a much better view range than the Tier 6 Japanese heavy tank, and he doesn't have to think about where they are now. He knows at least one of them. If he knows one of them, he's on the cap circle, and the other one may be nearby. Yes, he is. The other one's on the cap circle as well. So this is where Gunny uses his vision, and Gunny always talks about vision during the game, and he brings up some very valid points. If you can out-vision your enemy, you can beat him. And he gets a shot into the back of the OI, bounces one, he switches to gold ammunition. This is the first time he's fired premium ammunition. He knows he's not spotted, his sixth sense hasn't gone off. So the OI takes a blind shot and absolutely misses. That could just be RNG on the OI's behalf. He might have been aiming at that bush. Now Gunny's trying to spot that Rudy. He does. He's still got gold ammunition loaded, which is the right thing to do. The Rudy does have a reasonably good amount of armour for a medium tank. puts a shot into him, but you can see the Rudy's on 427 hit points. Now he's on 289. Unlucky bounce there for Gunny because he's only on 60 hit points, so he can't afford to get into a brawl with the Rudy. He's back to normal ammunition, and that's because he's knocking that house down. So if he's hiding behind that house, Gunny should have a clear shot, but he's not. He's hiding behind the wreck of the OI, and you can see there in the red outline that Rudy does not have shots at Gunny, but Gunny has a very small window there where he can fire, and it's not really proving too fruitful. But he doesn't need to YOLO, not yet anyway. He's still got over a minute before this guy caps out. There's 4.5 minutes left in the game. Don't tell Gunny I said this, but he's doing exactly the right thing here. He's pulling back so he knows he's not lit. I think he was lit at one stage from the Rudy. Changing his angle of attack so that hopefully he's got some shots. If the Rudy stays where he is, he might have some shots around the hulk of that OI, that tier 6 Japanese heavy tank. 2.5 damage, 2,500 damage you can see in the top right corner. WN8 if you're into that of 6,306. This would be a massive game with 8 kills by anyone's imagination. Let's see if he can finish it off and call it a win. Tentatively moving up there. He's got 20 seconds, so it's not panic time yet, but just edging slowly, trying to outview range this Rudy. Let's reset the clock. Rudy's on 145 hit points. Gunny's on 60. Gunny's average damage on the Cromwell B is a bit over 100, so he's going to take 2 shots. Leaves him on 837. Was a high roll, but wasn't quite enough. But then he picks him up, takes up his 9th kill of the game, which is a massive result by any stretch of the imagination. Rightly deserved an Ace Tanker Mastery badge as we look at the post-game battle results. A Bruiser for doing some crew damage or some module damage. Duelist for killing at least 2 enemies that cause damage to your vehicles. Well, he killed 9 out of the 15, so there's a pretty good chance he did that. Fire for effect, but the big one is the Radley Walters for 8 or 9 kills in a battle, and he did that in a massive amount of style. Defender for getting more than 70 reset points on your own cap. High Caliber for doing the most damage in his team. And of course a Top Gun for doing 6 kills. Looking at on this side, you can see all the tanks that he spotted, damaged and destroyed. And looking at the second page of the post-game battle results, a massive carry, 3,145. I think the in-game damage counter counted 2,800, but those blind shots don't come into that. Very unlucky for the money shot to get taken out by artillery early on, but a massive gain for GunnyB. 9 kills, 3,145 damage, which gives him 1,588 base experience. That doesn't take into account the premium account or a double. Premium account has given him 3,644 experience. So that base experience, 1,588, that is absolutely massive. You can see he fired 48 shots. At one stage it looked like he might have run out of ammunition. If there was 2 or 3 tanks left that he still had to kill, I reckon he might have. But 33 of those shells hit. There were some shots that weren't fully aimed, and some of those worked, some of them didn't. And of course the blind shots, which you never know what's going to happen with them. 100 base capture defense points because he resetted the base cap a couple of times, and damaged 10 and killed 9 of the enemy tanks. Detailed report says 62,731 bottom line profit for a massive game like that. That's with a premium account and a premium tank, and that's one of the other good things with the Cromwell B, especially in skirmishes. I often get games in my GunnyB that give me 60, 70 or even 80,000 credits with a really big game. I hope you've enjoyed this replay from GunnyB from MI6 Clan, GunnyB in the GunnyB. It was a massive game, the best game I've ever seen in this tank. Definitely better than I've ever done. Well done, Gunny. Thanks for the replay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care and see you all next time.